RoughRiders starting lineup under manager Joe Mikulik looks like this. Wilder Rodriguez, the first baseman, leads off. Ryan Cordell bats second at third. Then it's Lewis Brinson batting third in center field. Drew Robinson, the Texas League home run leader, is at second base. The big league rehabber Carlos Corporon is the catcher. Preston Beck plays right. Trevor Adams, the designated hitter. Zach Cohn bats eighth in left field. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Luis Marte. All against the right-hander, Brian Rodriguez. So we've got Wilder Rodriguez against Brian here. Wilder made a cameo appearance in the big leagues last year for the Rangers, and he takes ball one from the Dominican Brian Rodriguez.
Yeah, the highlight he had that when he got his first major league hit with his dad in the stands. That was one of the few highlights to the end of the season last year.
He had the game-winning RBI. Had a couple of hits that night. Really special stuff. He got the interview on the field, and I think got dumped with the Gatorade by Elvis.
Yeah, his jersey was a bright red.
Grounder through the right side, and Wilder Rodriguez starts off the night with a base hit. He's aboard, and that will bring Ryan Cordell to the plate with a man on. Wilder, a crafty player, just pulling that ball through the right side. And here is Cordell. Last night, Ryan ended a long string without a home run by going deep in the third inning, sending it out to left field, a two-run shot. It was his fifth in the Texas League and number 18 between two levels this season.
It's good to see him start hitting the ball again.
Takes a strike from Rodriguez. Cordell, the goal for him was to have a strong finish to the season. He has had a tough second half after a good start to his Double-A career in the end of June, beginning of July, but it has been tough sledding since.
And I know when we talk with the coaches and stuff, it's about adjustments. The pitchers make adjustments. You make adjustments to pitchers. They hadn't seen him, some of these guys, when he was up with them first time. But now that he's been around the league a little bit while, the pitchers make adjustments to the hitters.
Has a hit in his last 3 games and is a useful player. He can play all over the diamond. Tonight he's over at third. Last night he was in center. Rodriguez bluffs a go, and the pitch is up and in. Cordell hitting .221. And he's a guy who a lot of people think is going to hit. You know, this is not going to be the long-term struggle with him. 1-2 pitch. And it's popped up into shallow right center. This is Kyle Goodell coming in, and the right fielder makes the catch for the first out. Here's what Brian Rodriguez's numbers look like. The win-loss is not great, but his ERA is, believe it or not, among the top 10 in the league. He's thrown a lot of innings this year, and he has been with San Antonio almost all season. He had a brief 3-start appearance up with AAA, the El Paso Chihuahuas, but has spent the bulk of the season here in the Texas League. This is his 4th start against the RoughRiders, and now we get a look at Lewis Brinson for the first time tonight. And he takes strike one. Brinson with the RoughRiders hitting .309, 5 home runs, 21 runs batted in, an impressive .907 OPS. And he's been very good defensively as well.
All right, he showed a little speed in the top of the first inning, making a play.
Gets that one on the ground and past the glove of Gonzalez. It's a base hit for Lewis Brinson. Gonzalez last night was the second baseman, but here he shifts over to shortstop. Couldn't range far enough, and Brinson seeing eye single to put Rodriguez up to scoring position.
That's a good piece of hitting, but I don't think we expect anything else out of Brinson the way he's hit so far this year at High Desert and here.
Brinson doing that on a breaking ball, and you know, for a lot of time early on in his pro career, that was one of his Achilles heels, but he's hit breaking balls a lot better here in the Texas League. He told me after he hit his first Double-A hit on a breaking ball, he thought they should be made illegal. This is Drew Robinson. Robinson, his 20th home run of the season last night, and it was unconventional. Hit it inside the park. Robinson tips that one into Crowell's glove. This is last night in the 4th inning, an inning after Cordell's home run. This ball barely missed getting out of here on the fly, but it took that bad hop out towards center field, and Robinson never gave up on it. He was at second base in a heartbeat, and then on his way home, a great slide to knock the ball out. There's a drive to deep right field, and this one will make it out on its own.
That's a little easier when you don't gotta sprint around the bases.
He can ease it up on the home run trot. Drew Robinson, his 4th home run in the last 6 ball games, and Frisco goes on top 3-0 early. Robinson adding to his career high, sending that 1-1 pitch up onto the berm.
Yeah, it looked like he just stayed back on it and let it come through the zone and put a good swing on it.
Great catch by the young fan out there.
Everybody's catching him tonight.
Here is Carlos Corporan, the Rangers' backup catcher who's rehabbing a sprained left thumb. Corporan suffered the injury in July and ran into a setback in his initial comeback and got shut down and is back here likely in the minors until the rosters expand.
Yeah, we talked to him a couple days ago. Thumb wasn't 100%, but the need for a third catcher, especially when the rosters expand, so you can do some things, pinch run, that kind of stuff, and not be left unprotected. It's important that he gets back. The Rangers talked about that. As good as Chris Jimenez and Bobby Wilson have been, they can use Carlos Corporan, and they can use Robinson Chirinos, and obviously Carlos is a little ahead of Robinson right now.
Yeah, he sprained his thumb taking a foul tip in a game against Baltimore. Wandy Rodriguez was on the mound and said it was odd. He'd never been hurt before. Said he's probably going to have to get it looked at in the offseason. 1-2 pitch. And a slow roller up the first baseline. There to pick it up, Dwanell Jones. And there were 2 down. Corporan is slated to catch some of tonight's game. He may come out at some point, and the schedule for him would be to be the designated hitter once again tomorrow. He was the DH last night. Take a look at the San Antonio Missions defensively. Tyson Gillies in left, Austin Bousfield in center with Kyle Goodell in right. Diego Goris and Benji Gonzalez cover the left side of the infield. Taylor Lindsay at second, Jones at first, and Crowell catching Gonzalez. 2-hopper over to Lindsay, and Preston Beck out on 1 pitch, but a profitable first for the Frisco RoughRiders. A 3-run home run by Drew Robinson, and Frisco's ahead 3-0 early.